As some of you might have heard, I've mentioned this to a few people. I'm a registered teacher in Scotland, and 18 months ago I made a video after Ruth Davidson announced that she was pregnant. And when she announced that she was pregnant with her female partner, she said, I hope lots of people follow my example and have children in similar circumstances. And I made a video for the Scottish Family Party saying, well, not so sure. I think kids need a mum and a dad ideally. So I think bringing lots of children into the world without a father, deliberately without a father, isn't the ideal at all. So I made this video, and someone complained about it to the General Teaching Council of Scotland. I was teaching at the time, I was still a registered teacher. So they made a complaint. And the General Teaching Council for Scotland came to me and told me about it, and I had to respond to their complaint. Now I could talk about that lots and lots and lots. I'm not particularly going to go into that. I'm going to talk about another element about it to do with the police. I've talked about Royal Mail, a bit of an issue there. This is with Police Scotland. So when I got this report from GTCS, it's had comments from the people who complained about my video. Move on. So let's have a look at this. So this is a comment that was in it. So the person who complained, they complained to the General Teaching Council of Scotland. They complained to Stonewall. Stonewall told them to report me to the police for a hate crime. You can watch this video on YouTube. Anyway, so they reported me to the police for a hate crime. And they reported this. They said, I reported the matter to Police Scotland. Police Scotland advised that this was a borderline hate crime. But unfortunately, no further action can be taken legally. Unfortunately, no further action can be taken legally. They advised that Mr. Lucas was very clever. And had obviously taken legal advice on what he could air in his YouTube videos. Okay. So, I believe this report. I believe that a police officer did say that to the person complaining. They thought, oh, this will keep her happy, I'll say that. So this is now in the case against me with the General Teaching Council for Scotland. And the General Teaching Council for Scotland asked my school for a report on me as well, see what they've got to say. And in that report, they just let it slip that Police Scotland had been in touch with the school as well. I didn't know anything about this. They'd been in touch with the school. So when this was reported to Police Scotland recorded it as a hate incident. Now you know how that system works. But you can phone them up and say, report anyone you like for a hate incident, and they record it. Okay? But which is a nonsense system. But you might think, oh, so what? Okay, you're on a database, but it doesn't mean anything. But what Police Scotland did was they contacted my employer, the school I was working at, and they sent them this document without telling me. And it says on it, child concern, hate concern. And it's got the name of two mums and that are complained and their son. And it says here, is it a child protection concern? And for the two adults, there's a little bit that's been blocked out. And for the child, there's a bigger bit that's been blocked out. So what do you assume from that? It seems quite likely that they'd put yes in. But the police wouldn't show me this, by the way. I had to do a freedom of information request to get this from the police. So it's very possible that they reported me to my school as a child protection concern, and certainly a hate concern, without telling me anything about it at all. So I went back to the police. I said, look, I've got a right to know this. If you've told my school I'm a child protection concern, you have to tell me. And they replied saying, we can't tell you because it's the subject of a complaint that you've made against the police at the moment. So that's the opposite. That's the reason why you should tell me what it says. But they stuck to the guns and the police won't tell me whether they did that or not. This is from the same document. I'm referred to as the perpetrator of this hate incident. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you is just an insight in the direction we're heading. And that's what the police did, so the police have got this complaint, which is totally spurious, but they basically sort of blacken my name and give this person a few quotes to use in evidence against me, and then contact my employer. I mean, if you were a head teacher and you got this about one of your members of staff, hate concern, child, what would you think? Would you think, oh no, let's just get rid of this person? So that's the power the police are wielding. They would claim, no, hate incident, nothing, no, this form, it doesn't mean anything, it's just perfectly routine. But it's really extremely sinister. I found out about that by coincidence. It just happened to leak out. How many cases is this happening? And no one ever finds out. How many teachers, doctors, social workers, whatever, they find themselves in hot water, they're trying to work out why. Who knows what's gone on in the background? Who knows whether Police Scotland has done that? So if you're of a particularly liberal, progressive mindset, phone up the police, report a hate incident, and you could well get someone to report to their employer, and, well, effectively, you could have a good go at destroying their career by doing that. But that's the Scotland we live in, and that's the direction we're heading in. So I just thought I'd share that as a little snippet. I could talk all day about other similar stories about encounters with different government agencies, but that one will do for now.